Hello, YouTube. How's it going, everybody? So, I have a little bit of time, and I have this new game. It's called Pyramido. Actually, specifically, Pyramido Forgotten Treasures. Um, it's a really fun game. We played it on Board Game Arena. I picked it up from Card House. I actually picked up the incorrect game from my friendly local game store, Cataclysm. Do I have it here? I think I do. It's somewhere on the shelf. Yeah, way too hard to get to, so we're not even going to get to it. But, same box, just a different title. This version is the more fun version, in my opinion. But what I really want to do is... Wow, I'm getting a lot of dropped frames. The internet here sucks, man. So, hello, viewers. But yeah, we're working on making an insert for Pyramido in CAD. So let's go ahead and... Did I make a left screen, right screen? Oh my gosh, I did. There's the right screen. So we're in Solidworks. We're going to make an insert for this. But first we need to figure out what we're going to design. So let me actually move this out of the way. I have a keyboard in front of me. I don't need the keyboard. And let me go back to camera on me. And we'll figure this out. Where's my sketching program? There's my sketching program. And designs. And new page. And let's see, where's overhead? Overhead width, there we go. So you can kind of see what I'm doing here. So what I have here in this box, which is why I don't mind catting this, is just a whole bunch of tiles. Some really cool tiles. And in the game, when you're playing, you make a stack, you make 5 stacks of tiles of all these. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So literally you'll have 5 stacks. I think there's 90 tiles, so there's 18 tiles in each stack. And literally you grab one and you flip it. So let me show you. So it'd be like this. You'd be like, okay, this is the tile I want. And you flip it like this. And you'll flip this one like this. So there'll be some tiles you can grab, and these are all going to be face down. So you don't really know the details. So you notice how you can see what colors they have and this stuff. This gives you a hint. So this tells you that this is a blue tile with 1 gem and a orange tile with 1 gem. But it doesn't tell you where those gems are. And that's the important thing when you're playing this game. So I want to make a tray. And it's going to hold all these things in with a lid. So that way when I play the game, I literally just take the tray out, set it down, open it up. And all these are organized already with their stacks ready to go. And we can start playing. And I may actually make a tray. It comes with a little itty bitty bag of these gems. Boom. These gems. Look at these pretty things. Look at these. These are so pretty. Yeah, they're just literally plastic gems. So yeah, I want to maybe make something for that, but I don't think I need to because it goes in this bag. So really all I need to do is make a tray for these tiles. Maybe I should grab the box. I should grab the box and see if the other tiles are the same size. So let me grab my calipers. Grab one of these. And also I need my metric tape measure. Because if you don't know, if you're CADing in inch feet, freedom units, you're doing it wrong. You should always be CADing in proper mathematical things. So got my metric tape measure. I got my fancy thingy here. And I need to grab the other game that's similar to this one with the same tiles. So I'll be right back. Alright, so we're back. Here's the other game. As you can still see, it says Pyramido. But it's the wrong version. It's the less fun version. This is the good version. But I want to see if the tiles are the same size. Because then when I do this, I can make inserts for both. And I think they're the exact same size. So yeah, here's the tiles for this one. And there's the 2 different tiles. And they are... roughly the same size. Good news is I will make this parametric, so that way when I print this, I can quickly change things and make it printable for both. So yeah, let's see here. Close enough. I will measure these, so I'll keep 5 of these out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I think there's still 90 tiles in this one. Let's see here. This version has, that's not the English rulebook. This version also has 90 unique dominoes. All right. So we'll keep those there. I don't need this box anymore. Box is the same box. All right. What I want to do is kind of figure out how I want to make a box for this. So I know I want it to be able to hold these 5 tiles like such. That way when you grab the pieces, you can pull them out and then flip them over and you're good to go. And then I need a lid for it. I could just make one tall tower. So let's figure out, let's grab 18 of these. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I need 7 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 18 tiles right here. What is the depth of my box if I take the inserts out? Because again, this has to fit in here. Whatever you print for inserts, you always want to make sure it goes back in the box. So, and how's chat doing today? I see there's 4 people watching right now. So we'll get the insert box out of there. And the depth of this is 66.3 millimeters. 66.28, I say 3. So 66.3, is that, yeah, that's taller than that. So let me, oh man, there's just not enough desk space for all this. All right. Boom. Let's do some stuff here. So we have a box. And that box is, that's a horrible box. Let's delete that. Let's do a little bit more math here. So, rectangle, and there's a box. It is 66.3 millimeters in this direction. And what is my width? This box is 180 millimeters. So this is 180. So I have that much room to make. And really, I don't need too much craziness to make this work. I can make this work with less craziness. But basically what I want to do is have a tray like so, and then it has the 5 pieces in there. Should probably draw on the 5 pieces first. And in some way be able to grab each piece and then set them down in front. So let's, man, so many drop frames. What in the world is on the internet right now? Like, are people destroying things? Let me take a look at the speed test real quick. Like, it shouldn't be that bad. Yeah, 33, yeah. I mean, nothing wrong really. But, you know, it is YouTube. It could be a YouTube problem. Most likely a me problem. Oh, now there's no data. Oh, 289 kilobytes upload. Oh, look at that. I'm getting almost 70 megs up. Oh, this is dumb. This is dumb. It is what it is. But we'll bear through it. So we know it's 66 millimeters tall. We know that we can work with that. Actually, that's the wrong, it's this side. That's 180. Really, so this is 180 millimeters this way. The piece needs to fit in here. And there's going to be a lot of extra room. I might actually be able to condense both games into one box and then not have both boxes. I mean, that's fine too. Or find a new box for it. So many drop frames. 50% drop frames. This must look horrible. Let me figure this out. Hold on. Because that is unwatchable if it's 50% lost frames. No, actually, it's showing up fine. I don't know why it's showing so many drop frames, but I turned all the settings down so that would be easier to upload. But it is what it is. All right, let me open up that bigger. All right. So what I want is a tray. So if we're to sketch this tray out, basically I want these like U-shaped fingy grabby abilities. That way you can get your fingers in there and grab pieces. Double tap. Boop. Delete. Let's draw the fingy holes first. So fingy hole, fingy hole, fingy hole, fingy hole, fingy hole. Connect them all. Yeah, something like this. Yeah, my sketches are horrible. But let me put some numbers down here. Let's do some measurements. What is one of these bad boys? So one of these bad boys is... Oh, that was weird. Designs. Alright, one of these bad boys is roughly 81 millimeters. Always give yourself some room. 81 millimeters by 40 millimeters. Okay, and then how about the other ones? These I think are a little bit wider. Oh yeah. They are 40.09, so 41. How about in the 81 direction? 80 millimeters on the dot. So what we'll do is we'll make them fit both. So if this is 40 millimeters, we'll make them 41 by 81. So 41 millimeters by 81 millimeters. So 41 by 81. And then I need to repeat that 5 times. And then I need to figure out the design. I need to figure out how to put a lid on it. So let's figure that out. Let's go back to the CAD screen. Right screen? Yes. And put everything back in the box. So much of a mess I made here. Look at all this stuff on here. I'm just going to put everything in the lid. And we'll figure it out later. And then what is my height? I forgot that. So overhead, boom. Nope, wrong one. Overhead. So double check. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. It's 18, yep. What is the height of 18 of these? It is roughly 47.08. So we'll say 48 millimeters tall. Off. All right, so put that away, grab my keyboard. Look at that beautiful keyboard. Look at that beautiful bean footage. Look at that. All right, back to CAD. So I'm in assembly in Solidworks right now because I know I want 2 pieces. I know I want the base that actually holds all the tiles, and then I want a cover. I could get crafty and make the cover hold the tiles when you set them down. Where's the rule book? Oh, I covered the rule book with the pieces, so we won't be grabbing that. But basically, I think I showed you guys a tile just kind of flip in front of their stack. And boom. Okay. Man, those drop frames are crazy. I'm getting absolutely no speed uploading. I don't know why. Give me 1 second. Ugh. All right. Hey, what's up, Viking? All All right, let's CAD this out here. So we're going to need a new component. Insert a component. Nope, wrong way. Cancel. New part. Somebody must be saved. Save and continue. And we'll put this in storage. Solidworks. Board games. Board games. New folder. And we'll name this Pyramido. Boom. And we'll call this Pyramido Domino Tray. Boom. And part 1 will be called Tray Base. All right. And we'll put that on the, yeah, we'll use the top plane. All right. And this button, boom. We need some rectangulars. So we know that we're working with a value of, let me grab my iPad and actually have it set up with my value so that way I can just go back and forth. So we know that they're going to be 41 by 81. And I already did not write down the height, so I forgot. I think I said 63 millimeters. I don't remember. 46. So we'll do 48 millimeters tall for each tray. So done. 48 millimeters tall. This is why I have an iPad. All right, so dimension. So each one of these trays is going to be 41 millimeters by 81 millimeters for each piece, each one of the dominoes. And then we are going to linear sketch pattern each one of these. Boom. And we're going to make 5. And we need to make them, see if they're 41, we'll give 3 millimeters for each one, so that's 44 millimeters. So basically what I did there is, since each one is 41 millimeters, I know I want a gap in between each one. I think, 3 millimeters is a little thin. We'll do a 4 millimeter wall between each one, so that'll be 45 millimeters. Basically adds padding in between each one. It'll make sense what I hit once I hit this button. So basically what I did was I added a 4 millimeter pad around each one, and I'll save that. It's 4 millimeters. So now we have 5 of these, and they're gapped 4 millimeters apart. You just had dinner, probably continue setting up my new laptop. You have a new laptop? Dang, what kind of laptop did you get? I'm doing good. So this gives me the dimension I need for my base with each section in there. So now I need a rectangle around this. And we're going to make that the same 4 millimeters around. Let's do that on the other side. So 4 millimeters. And 4 millimeters. And 4 millimeters. And 4 millimeters. Could have done something different to make them all the same, but. So that gives us the base of the tray. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to extrude that the exact height I needed, which is 48 millimeters. So feature, extrude, boom, and 48. And uncheck each one of these. So that gives us this bad boy. So now we have the sections to put things in. Of course, you can see you can't grab the pieces, but we're going to add some stuff to be able to grab the pieces. And, all right, this is the bottom. We'll sketch from the bottom. There's a cool tool called Convert Entities, which converts the rectangle into what I want. And feature, and extrude boss base, and we'll do 3 millimeters for the base, is fine. Boom. Now we have a box with a bottom. Now we need to add the thummy holes. So sketch. And my favorite way of making thummy holes is, let's do a center line. So there's no easy way, because I grabbed the outside wall. The center is probably my best. So let's grab that and we'll do a straight center line from there. And we will reorientate ourselves. And we'll add a rectangle and a circle. So what I need to do is I need to change, one thing I need to do is turn my phone to silent. Boom, do not disturb. Alright, so we need to make this thing clear with lines. So one thing I like to do is measure my thumb, just to remind myself, and 22 millimeters. So we're going to go with about 22 millimeters. We'll put this circle here, boop, and we'll smart dimension, boom, go this way, 22 millimeters. And then what I can do is grab this circle and grab this line and make them tangent. And then I'm going to take a line and boom, anchor point and anchor point and anchor point and anchor point. And then we can take the trim entities tool and go boop, boop. Oh no, what happened there? That's not right. I messed up, but I think I can fix this. I think I can click this line, click this, and make them coincident. There we go. Fixed it. Whew. It's a Dell 5520. Not a new laptop, but new for me. Oh, heck yeah. Are you going to use it to do all your fancy work? Let me turn on my microphone into my headset. That's up. That's better. I have monitoring in my headset, and that was annoying me. All right, so we have the thumb hole, and we need to repeat this pattern. So we're going to linear sketch pattern, this, and we're going to pick the y-axis, not the x-axis. None, and 2, and 3. Yes. And if we remember correctly, we did 45 millimeters before. And that gives us our holes that way. And can I do it the other direction at the same time? I don't think I can. I think it's 1Y one way, 1Y the other way. And I picked the center because I knew it is what it is. I picked the center because I had to. I could have done something else. Actually, you know what? I can do something different here. So hold on. Let me delete all this. Let me delete all this nonsense. Boom. That's gone. Okay. What are you? You're gone. So now that I exposed this, I should be able to do a center line from here. And I can. And that is vertical. And we'll do the same thing here. And we'll make this tangent to this. And we will set this to 22 millimeters again. And we'll pick the line tool. And boom, and boom, and boom. Trim tool. I really need to learn the hotkeys in Solidworks. Okay, there's our thumb hole. And now when I linear sketch pattern that, I can do y-axis 5 and do 45 millimeters. Pick the other direction. And boom. There's all be the thumb holes. Now we need to make sure we dimension these. See how these are light blue and this is black? I mean, this is blue, this is black. I mean, it's easy enough. This is telling me it's not dimensioned. So basically it doesn't, in space, it doesn't know where it's at, and we have to tell it where to be in space. The easiest way to do that is to find a point And that's going to be, let's see here. Where is the center line? Oh, come on. All right, we'll zoom in and do it. So we'll grab this line here, and we'll grab, come on, you can do it. Oh, it's being a poopy butt. If I go from the inside, and where is the center line? In between there and there. Come on, show up. Ugh, it's being a poop. It won't let me select the center line. Come on. Oh, there it is. There it is. Oh, it had it for a second. Oh, boo. Yeah, it wants to pop up for a second, won't do it. So we're just going to do it the way I like to do it, which is boom, boom. 23 millimeters. Boom. That is one way to do it. Not my favorite way. I mostly use it for coding, but I'll see what design apps are available for Linux. Oh, it's a Linux laptop. Ooh. The other way of doing it, so another fun way, is if we were to dimension from this line to the corner, you can see it's 13.5. We can dimension this side to this side, and look, it's 13.5. It also dimensions it. There are many ways to do the same thing. And now what we need to do is we need to do a cut. We need to cut all of those shapes from both sides. And why from both sides? Because we want to be able to grab the piece easily. So feature, extruded cut, and we're going to go through all. Oh wait, actually you know what? It's not going to work through all. I'm going to go up to surface, and we're going to pick this surface. And change our mode back to this. Oh. Oh. Not actually letting me do that. So we'll do blind. And let's do this. Boom. So that gives us a little tray with holes for our thumbies to go in there and grab pieces. And we are flush to the bottom there. Not even a little bit of a gap. So the last piece might actually be a little difficult to get out now that I'm looking at it. So this is the fun thing about CAD work, is you kind of catch your problems in the middle of designing things. Excuse me. Ooh, Linux. The only Linux machine I have is my Steam Deck. Yeah, that should be fine. I left a lot of room there. Corners on these things are actually pretty sharp, so I can't do any fancy stuff. The next thing I need to do is either design a lid or, well, I definitely have to design a lid next. So I'm thinking I make a full box lid. So basically it's just going to be like the board game box. The lid goes all the way and covers the whole thing. That'll make it so it doesn't open up inside. I could just do like a lid, like a small lid, but I think I'm going to do a full lid. So let's go ahead, and I think this is all I'm going to do in here. So let's go ahead and exit this shape. Let's insert a new component, new part, and we're going to name this tray lid. Boom. And made it to the roof of that. And what I need to do is make a giant rectangle that's slightly, just a little bit larger than that. There are tolerances here. So let's make a rectangle. Boom. Boom. And so 0.2 millimeters. That's about enough of a tolerance. 0.2. 0.2. And 0.2. So that'll give me what I need in that department. And let's go ahead and features. Oh, I actually need more than that. I need a whole nother box. A whole nother rectangle. Boop. Boop. Again, there's better ways of doing this. This is just how I do it. Don't copy me. 3 millimeters. And 3 millimeters. 3 millimeters. 3 millimeters. Okay. Now we can extrude. Feature, extrude. And we're going to go the other way. And we're going to go up to surface. Boom. That covers the whole thing. Actually, we won't go all the way up to surface. Offset from surface. And we're going to do an offset of like 4 millimeters. That way you have something to grab onto. Boom. All right, and then let's put a top on the box. Nope. Sketch. I like both Windows and Linux. I need to run Windows on my main due to some of the apps I use and some of the app. Yeah, and you'll get more life out of the laptop in terms of power if you run on Linux versus Windows. All right, we need to convert entities and feature and extrude boss base and 3 millimeters. And change that to blind. Boom. Now we have a lid for the box. So I'm going to add some thumb holes so I can grab onto that box a little easier. Or the lid. Sketch. And this will be easy. Center line. There it is. Boop. And we'll zoom in. And we'll add a little nugget hole. That. 30 millimeters. And here to here distance will be, I don't know, 55. Sold. And then we're going to feature and leave the dimension, and we'll make this disappear. And we will extruded cut. And we'll do a blind cut, and we'll just grab the arrow and grab the arrow. Blind cut through both. Boom. That gives us that nonsense. And add this thing back. Hey, that actually kind of works out. You can kind of grab in there and be able to get a good grab hold of the thingy. All right. And that's basically all I wanted to do. Now we can make it look pretty. So one thing I learned from the great man Frank, also known as Grubby, is you don't do any of the fancy facets and what is it called? It's over here. Assembly features, facets and chamfers and stuff until you're done with the design. So we are going to do some fancy stuff. So let's go ahead and make this invisible. And then we're going to do some curving. So let's do assembly features and fillet. And our fillet is going to be, I don't know, do a 3 millimeter fillet. And we'll just full preview. There we go. It's like, why isn't it showing up? Oop, wrong direction. Or wrong area. I want to fillet the... What? I want the outside edges. Outside edges. Boop, boop. Outside edges. So that makes the box nice and roundy there. Boom. And then we're going to do a little bit of that also for these corners. You don't want to cut yourself. Boom, fillet, and we're gonna do a 5mm fill. Let's take a look at what that looks like. Yes, that's perfect. All right, so close. Okay, that's all of those, and accept. There we go. Now each one has a nice little home there. And then we're going to make the box lid look better. So let's hide this. Oh, actually, let's hit save. Save all. I haven't been saving. We'll hide that and bring this back. And then we'll do the same. Fit it. Boom. And it's going to be back to 3mm. And boom. Boom. And actually, we want to do the inside as well. Because we can. Oh, that was the inside on that one. Alright, that's cool. You can tell I've been doing this for a while. Alright. Boom. No! Not the whole surface. Alright. Okay. Not all of them, you silly goofball. Okay. And I guess I'll also do this. Because we don't need to cut our fingies. Oop. Delete. There we go. And boom. There we go. And we bring this thing back in. Boom. Look at that. Yeah. And then I think I can do this and change the transparency. Yep. So now you can see it'll hold the things nice. Nothing's going to fall out. The lid should basically lock on itself. I might use like a rubber band or a hair tie to hold it in place. Again, like I can get super fancy and like like it's super fancy and make like a locking lid or something like that. But I think this would be great. It's going to hold all the pieces. Dimensionally, it's going to fit within everything. Let's actually take a look here. So the biggest thing is going to be the lid. And lid. And edit. Oh, I can use the measuring tool, but let's just edit the sketch. And dimension. 235mm. So let's see, where's my tape measure? So I have 270mm to work with in that direction. That's actually a lot bigger than I thought it would be. And this is a little over 180mm that direction. I'm actually surprised. Make sure I measured everything correctly. Because the nice thing is I can dimensionally change things and everything updates itself. Yeah, 40mm. 40 times 5 is 200. So, and then you add the little bit of extra dibbity doobs I added. So it will fit in the box. And it'll be a nice little piece here. So exit. Discard changes and exit. And exit. Boom. And that's it. In 40 minutes, we designed a box. So now we just have to do file. So we're going to save, and then we do file, export as, and we're going to go to, oh, I don't have a Solidworks folder yet in here. Storage, Solidworks, board games, Pyramido, and yep, step file, export. And then if we go to look at that, and Solidworks, and board games, should give me one for each file if I did this correctly. Yep, there's the base and there's the lid. So it gave me each file separately, and if I load that into here, let's load up our slicer. Oh. And I'll come back one day when I'm done printing it. It shouldn't take long to print, but let's see, new project, and boom, and load. Come on. Okay. Did it not save it as a step file? Oh, it didn't. It gave me, oh, it gave me this. Okay. Let me go back here. File, export as, options, export assembly components. There we go. Boom. And export. Yes. So that should solve that issue. Yep, there it is. Tray base, tray lid. No. You're so weird. And deselect. Come on. Ugh. There we go. And place on face. Place on face. And arrange. It made a separate piece for it. That's so dumb. Alright, we'll grab this. We'll hit R. We will rotate that 90 degrees. Bring that back over here. We don't need two frickin' plates for this. There we go. And you go. There you go, delete plate. There we go. There we go. There's our tray and lid. Hey, what's up, Jeremy? Yeah, so we finished catting this thing already. You know what? I think I'm going to make the walls thinner. I think that made the walls a little too thick. So let's actually go back into SolidWorks real quick. And tray base. And we'll redo everything. We'll go to 3 millimeters. I mean, it should be fine. So, edit component. And edit sketch. And we'll change this to 3 millimeters. And we'll change all of these things to 3 millimeters as well. I really should have made that. You know what? So we'll make this thing, see, watch, you can do this too, equal to this. And then click this, and you go equal to this. And you click this, and you go equal to this. Now we only got to change one in the future. So, and boom. And hit this button, and now everything has resized itself automatically because everything is constrained correctly. Always make sure you do proper constraints, folks. That way, when you mess up, you don't like something, you can just change one value, and everything is correct. So let's also fix this component. So, edit component. And we're going to edit sketch. And what did I do? Oh, I did 3 millimeters for that already. That's fine. That's fine. Oh. Boom. Ugh. More drop frames. This drop frames nonsense, man. Like, I gotta figure out this internet here. Actually, it's never been this bad, so I don't know what's going on. It is Sunday, and everything else says it's fine. So... yeah. So let's re-export this. Let's hit save. Save all. And file, export as, and v2. And let's see if it actually did it correctly this time. So, oh, it didn't re-update. Oh, it did. It did re-update these files. 756, 756. 752 is when it updated the last one. All right. So let's go back into this, and we'll delete these. Delete, delete. And we'll see if that doesn't look as crazy thick. No, those are not two of the... And place on face. And actually, I'll do this. I'll do place on face that way, and then I'll place on face this way. And then we get off of place on face, and we go back to normal. Yeah, that's better. It didn't need to be so thick. And there we go. Arrange. So yeah, this will now print beautifully on here. It'll fit in my fancy box. And yeah. That was a fun hour's worth of, not 45 minutes worth of work. Oh, so good. Ugh. Man, those damn drop... It's still bothering me that I'm getting drop frames. So, it is what it is. Like, I got Wi-Fi 7 here, and I've got a Wi-Fi 7 card and a giant antenna. I mean, it is wireless. I really should go wired, but fortunately, this office is the furthest way possible to the internet. The internet box is upstairs and like 150 feet that way, and I'm off of a mesh to a mesh. But that really shouldn't do anything, man. My upload speeds are still like 90 megs down here. You know, sometimes it's usually 60, but 60 is more than enough. I'm doing I set my settings to 5 kilobits per second for upload. And it's like, no, I can't even do that. But yeah, it is what it is. All right. We will save this. Save to this area, and we'll do Pyramido tray, domino tray. Okay. That is done. We did it. We made a tray. I'll print it out and I'll show everybody. I mean, it's literally what I do. I do a lot of trays. That's what I've been basically printing. Because then 3D printing has become more of a hobby that helps my other hobbies. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I don't have a game up. So yeah, it's like, it's just, let me see here. Do I have, yeah. Ugh. Let me slide some things down. And move this microphone out of the way, and then do overhead. Oh, that's a beautiful sound. It's like you can see all this 3D printed wonderfulness. You can't see it from here because it has its own fancy tray. But if we look right over here, we got a fancy 3D printed tray here that holds these pieces. And then all of these pieces are pre-organized into their own little trays. So when you play the game, you just go, oh, this half the table gets this. And there's another tray for the other half the table. So that way you don't have to keep all of the resources on one side. So again, it just supplements my other hobbies. Queen bee. So this game already came with really good organization. Like it really didn't need. Now there are going to be expansions for this game, which is going to just take up more room, and blah blah blah, yakety schmackety. So it is what it is. But look, I got a rare copy, 6894 out of 25,000. As I break things. Okay, back to main. I don't have my gaming up. Yeah, it's been 0 days since my last robot attack. Nope, 10 days since the last robot attack. Trying to see if I have other games next to me that are all already 3D printed with inserts. Nope. Ooh, let me show you one. I got a good one. Overhead with camera. This game, which I'll have a review video on, coming out Tuesday. This has beautiful inserts. See, here's all the pieces, individual trays, and what's cool about this is, so here's this tray, and then where are they? Somewhere over here. Somewhere over here is a oh, there they are. It's these. So it's got this little notch, and you can put this little piece to tell you, hey, that's the forbidden knowledge for that. You need 13 of those to buy that piece. Yeah, very beautiful. But it holds all the cards all organized. Like if you play single player, there's single player cards. And then there's just room for more, because there's, in case there's an expansion. And underneath here, there's a spacer, because there's just a ton of extra room. But you can pull this whole tray out, and now you're ready to play the game. Because here's your tiles for all the spaces, your forbidden knowledge pieces, your cards to play the game, and then all your little bits and bobs. That way you don't need a whole bunch of Ziploc baggies. Everything can stay in its little home. All right, that's it. That's all I got. Yeah, any questions? Anybody want to ask anything? I'm here for a little bit longer. I'm just gonna. It's 5 o'clock. I'm probably going to make dinner here in the next hour. Drink some more coconut water. Refreshing. I definitely won't start printing because the printer's right here. That'll be very loud. Actually, what is the print time going to take on this thing? Screen right. And boom, boom. See, I wish this had the same feature as my CAD software. I love in the CAD software, wherever my mouse is, I'll show you. Wherever my mouse is, that's where it zooms into. So if I zoom into here, that's where it zooms into. If I zoom into here, it zooms in over here. That way you can quickly go where you need to go. I want to zoom into this. I want to zoom into this. So yeah, I wish it was the same in all programs. But we'll save. Is there anything else I want to CAD? Let me think here real quick. This will actually fix 2 games for me. And what else do I have? No, because I titled this video just Pyramido, and I really can't, algorithms. But I have a stack. This whole cabinet up here is games that need inserts for. And some of them already have, like if I go to printables, there'll already be inserts for these games. But almost every single one of these games has printed inserts. There's 160. I have 160 board games, so there's quite a few here. There's quite a few over here, but this is the pile that I know needs to be worked on. I mean, there's things from um, Rock Hard. No, yeah, Rock Hard 77 or something like that. Quacks, the Lego board game, Cryptid. Actually, I think Cryptid has an insert. Ankh. Ankh probably doesn't need an insert, but I might. But all right, that was it today. We made our insert for Pyramido. We are done for the evening. I'm gonna go relax and probably. Oh yeah, I was gonna figure out how long this is gonna take to print. My brain. Overhead with no, not overhead. Right camera. And zoom in. And does it even have my correct? Let's see here. P1, yep, V1, basic. And why is it set to X1C? I didn't set up correctly. Yep, sure didn't. Hey, what's up, Gigi? Yeah, you just missed. I just did some CAD work, and I made this tray for my game of Pyramido to hold these things. I guess we'll slice the plate and take a look. Oh, wow. It's going to take 5 hours and 41 minutes. I meant to be streaming myself at the moment, but the aircon man won't leave my room. Yeah, you got to get the air conditioning. It's warm. It's warm here. Whoa, yeah, these settings are way wrong compared to what I like. Where's my... Yeah, there we go. There's my user preset. Normal print. Slice plate. Don't need no silly brim. I keep my bed clean. And then I'm not on the high temp plate. I'm on the textured PEI plate. There we go. It is for the game called Pyramido. It's on Board Game Arena. But this is I have two versions of the game. This is Pyramido that I don't like as much, and then I have the new version, the Forgotten Treasures version, and that game is awesome. And yeah, I needed a nice tray because it just sits in like a cardboard hole, and this would be a lot nicer. So 5 hours, almost 6 hours to print this, but that's okay. I won't print it now because I'll still be printing until I want to go to bed. What game are you going to play, Gigi? Or what are you going to stream tonight, Gigi? Oh, my focus is off because I recorded some stuff. I actually recorded board game reviews. Manual focus, and I think it's this button. Yes. I got manual focus control on my camera with my Stream Deck. Ugh. I also did download Dinkum. I've been playing that almost every night before I go to bed while I'm laying there in bed with my Steam Deck. Speaking of things with the word deck in it. Oh, man. Ooh, I can try one of these setups here. Let's see here. Overhead cubing. So if I were to do some speed cubing stuff, so I need to open this up. That work? Yeah, that works. And then I need to go here and go to, where is it? CS timer. And then this can go over here. Yeah, now the timer will work. So if I wanted to solve this cube, so it is R, D, R2, D, L, B2, D2, L, D prime, B, U2, B2, L2, front, back, D2, L2, back, U2, R2. And that shape, yep, that matches right there, sort of. Nope, I messed up somewhere. I thought you printed a case for my Stream Deck. What? You printed a case for your Stream Deck? Dinkum Monday. Oh, it's Monday in um, the land of Down Under. I forgot you guys are a day ahead. All right, let's take a look and see if I can solve this. So, it's actually going to be a pretty easy solve. That goes that way, that goes that way. And then where's orange? Orange is there. That's the only hard one. But I can fix that. So, space bar, and boom, 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 boom. And then orange goes this way. Okay, now this is the part where I would slow down at. So, I need that to come up and boom. Okay. And where is it? Okay, that's that. Boom. Boom. And okay. And where is that? So that's that there, that's there. So I need to do this and this and this and this, and green to here is solved. Whew. All solved. I'm not the fastest. The world record's like 3.1 seconds. But I think it's pretty good for a 42-year-old man who just learned how to Rubik's Cube a couple months ago. All right, on that note, oh. Did you upload the footage? All right. All right. Well, Gigi, I'll have to look out to see when your stream is running, because I will definitely watch y'all play some Dinkum. How many people can jump on your island? Like, can I jump in your island and play the Dinkums? I still haven't gotten, oh, what's his name? The salesman to stay on my island yet. He always asks for things I can't do. He's like, oh, how about you buy this thing for 10,000 dinks? And I'm like, I don't have 10,000 dinks. And then I'll run around and finally get the money for it, and it's the next day. How what? What is this howing? And OBS and main camera. Oh, I'm learning this OBS stuff. I will have it down. Oh, actually, my soundboard works now too. So I hit this button and and oh, wait, I solved my cube. Yeah, that's what I thought. I have way too much time on my hand. What else? Oh, I got all the SpongeBob ones. Good times. As soon as he leaves, well, let me know. Maybe I'll watch the stream. I'll definitely watch the stream. That's no question about that, let me tell you. I also need to get my laminator out and laminate these cards. I hate using the paper cards. I like laminating these sheets. And that way I can always reuse them. And I just put a magic dry erase marker in every single box that needs them. Oh, how did I do that cube? There's a website. Yes. There's a website that is called, let me find it here, cube.academy, and it has all the algorithms if you ever want to learn how to solve a Rubik's Cube. Cube.academy. You can learn the basic algorithm to solve it, and then as you learn that, you can learn the advanced one. So now when I look at a cube, I can see what I need to do to solve it. Oh, yeah, you do need to set up on your Stream Deck. Stream Deck is such a nice tool. I wish the thing wouldn't go crazy. So like, here, boom, and nope, back to OBS and right screen. So yeah, like I have all my stuff set up, and all the things, and yes, all my audios, and it took a while. I actually had to redo all of it. I don't know if you don't actually. I don't know if you knew this. I actually decided to delete my entire computer. Because when I built this thing, so I built a computer from scratch 4 years ago, and then I bought a bunch of new stuff. I bought a whole new computer, but I moved the hard drive over, and so it had a Windows 10 install. Well, Windows 11 came out, so I finally updated to Windows 11 over that Windows 10. It was already kind of like not liking the fact that I took that hard drive and just moved it over to a whole new computer with all new components. It was already kind of weird. And then I installed Windows 11 on top of it, and it got worse. I always had these little bugs, like my icons would just disappear on my taskbar and stuff like that. And I just had this command that I had built into a macro that would refresh them and stuff. And I finally got to the point where I'm like, man, why don't I just make a fresh install? So I fresh installed, and I thought I saved all my scenes in OBS. I didn't. I saved my docs. I didn't save the actual scene collection, the profile. So I had to redo all of this. Yeah. They stopped working. That's weird. I've never had the scenes not work. I mean, I've had issues where Stream Deck had issues, and I had to like reboot the computer because like I use it a lot for controlling this camera. This camera is a PTZ camera, so I can actually like I have a controller for moving the camera physically around, and then I could set it to face detection, and wherever I go, it automatically hunts for my face. And sometimes that doesn't work, and I have to like reboot the whole computer to get that work because it just doesn't like the program. Because again, these are just plugins, and I think the plugins get bugged out. But I've never had it like I can still physically click them in OBS. It's just annoying to physically click them. And I guess I can set up my like numpad to do it too. Like you can set it up with shortcut keys. So I'm gonna put this away. And I can put my game away until I print my inserts, because I made a mess. I know a lot of things. I just bought a PC pre-made. Building your own PC is so easy. It is literally like adult Legos. Like honestly, it's adult Legos. Because there's so many really good videos, and you can only put things in certain places. I think the only thing that's difficult, and they've gotten better, is the front I/O cable. So where the power button and USB ports are typically on your case, like that used to be difficult because each one of those had to go on its special slot. And now a lot of companies just make like one thing that you plug in to the front I/O part of your motherboard that says like front I/O, and it's already in its places. So it's just one plug, not like 9. So everything's gotten easier. It is slightly awesome. The next thing I need to do is figure out how to make the text bigger on the chat bar. My eyes have been slowly getting worse over the years. I'm over here like squinting to read what everyone's writing in the chat. And I can't make the chat bigger. I might just break out chat from actual YouTube, because then I can hit the control plus key and make them gigantic so I can read it. Alright, that's put away. That's put away. Game's back in the box. Rule books goes in here. Lid goes on the box. That's the game. Pyramido, Forgotten Treasures. We designed an insert for it. Should fit in the box. I might make some other inserts. Or some spacers so it doesn't move around. Maybe that's what I'll do. I got a little bit of time left. Let's do some math magic here. So, let's move OBS back over to its home. Let's close that. And let's see here. So, right screen. We need, where's the dimensions thing? I think it's under evaluate, and then we do a tape measure, and we click, I need to not hide this. How do I, oh no, assembly. No, leave. Not transparent anymore. I just got my eye injections. Eye injections? That sounds scary. Evaluate. Click on this face. Click on this face. Oh, evaluate. And then I can do measure. Click there. And click here. 229 millimeters. So, the inside of this box is 265 millimeters. So 265. If I disappear rudely, it means the aircon guy has grabbed me for a chat. Oh, you're good. So we need what did I say, 265? 265 minus 230. Well, that's easy. That's 35. So I need something that's 35 by 180. All right. So let's make a new design here. So boop, boop, and we'll make it like a spacer. Doesn't have to be anything fancy. New. We gotta close this. Assembly. Insert component. New part. And it's going to be called a spacer. And it's going to attach to this face. Actually, I shouldn't have done that. That's a horrible idea. Control Z. Yeah, let's mates. Yep, we need to change that mate. How do I change that mate? I mean, that works. It's not the best. I probably shouldn't have done it off of that face. Whatever. I did it off that face. So rectangle and no, let's leave that. Let's go back to here. And rectangle. And I need this corner here. Is that the corner I want? This is the only problem when it's... Oh, there we go. That's so much better. Why can't I... Oh. Oh, I hate when it's transparent. I messed that up. Where is the different planes? Aha! See? I moved to the wrong spot. There's the front plane. And now when we draw a rectangle here, we're going to go from here. Boom. Okay. And escape. And I need this line and this line to be collinear. And I need dimension of this. And that needs to be 180, so we'll do 179 millimeters. And I guess we can make it the same height as... No, we won't make it a giant thingy. We'll pick 20 millimeters. Ugh. And orientation, and here. Okay. And did not design this correctly. I really should have done a better job. Alright, boom. And then feature. And extrude boss base. And we said 35, so I'll make it 34 millimeters. Boom. This is horrible. Sketch! This is not how you should design anything, by the way. Offset entity. We'll do a reverse, and we'll just make it 2 millimeters inset. Boom. And then we'll feature extruded cut. And we want to go, how tall we make that thing again? 20? So I'll make it 18 millimeters. Boom. There's a little spacer tray. And then I'll make 2 little trays here to hold stuff. And that'll just make sure things don't flop around in the box. That's all we're doing here. We're just making trays so things don't flop around like a crazy thing. But what I want to do is leave this. Boom. And then insert component, new part. And this will be component tray. No, component holder. And we'll use just the bottom of the whole thing. And corner, give me this corner. Boom. And what is the dimension between this and this? What is that? Oh wait, I know what that is. 230 millimeters. So I need this thing to be half of that. So smart dimension. You can even do math in here. So like I know that it's 230. You can do divided by 2. And that gives me 115. Dun dun dun. I think that's correct, right? Is that what we said it was? Because it was 229 point something and 35 millimeters. I think. This is what I get for not doing this better. Alright, so 115. And boom. And we will feature extrude boss base. Oh wait. That's not going to do me any good. I didn't line it up to that. So we're going to dimension this to here. And we'll say 0.2 millimeters. So we'll give a little bit of gap there. There we go. And now we're done dimensioning. And then we can extrude boss base. And we're going to go from blind to up to surface. And we'll make it just as tall as the box. See? Boom. And then sketch. And offset entities, reverse, boom. And then we're going to feature, extrude cut. And we're going to do offset from surface. We'll pick the bottom and we'll do 2 millimeters. Boom. There we go. There's a little box. I'm going to throw all the giblets in there. And then, if I remember correctly, boom. Okay, boom. And then if I do component pattern, linear component pattern, okay, insert the same component. Cancel. Cancel, cancel, cancel. What's the best way? I always thought I could make a copy. But I guess I can just do this. Linear component pattern. And we're going to component this component. No, not the face. Direction. No. Delete. Delete. And we'll pick this. This. No. Not that edge. Delete. This. And direction, one of them, distance is going to be 115. Can I view it? There we go. Boom. Now I have two of the same component. So it would look like this in the box. So this is a little spacer slash I can throw like a marker in there for the dry erase thing, and this can hold this and that. Again, there we go. Okie dokie. So let's go ahead and save, and we're done. Save all. Now we're done. I'm going to go before my internet gets worse. I still can't believe the internet's so bad. I lost 83,000 frames. Jeez Louise. I need to figure out the internet issues here. That'll be my goal. Because live streaming is going to be hard if I keep losing this many frames. So, all right. That's all.